What's up, VCs? Todd Guy, the Thrashing Zombie here. It's 2022, continuing 50 years of my favorite albums. There are a lot of albums from Bandcamp this year. I think all but 4 of them are from Bandcamp. A lot of cassettes. I bought a lot of cassettes from Bandcamp because they were cheaper than the vinyl, or the band didn't have a vinyl copy. I should have bought the CDs, obviously. Not apparently, but I just should have bought the CDs instead. But I really like cassettes, so let's just get this started. This is Crypt Rot, an Ancient Summoning. I believe it's I can't remember if it's thrash or death. Let me just really quickly here. So it's death metal. I think it's been a while since I actually listened to this, but some good stuff here. Comes with no lyrics, and it's hard to read because it's got yellow on this weird coloring and stuff. Comes in this purple shell. It's kind of see-through, from Dry Cough Records. Not very long. There's hardly any tape in there, but yeah, it's pretty good. And then this one-man band who's indigenous to the United States, an indigenous person. Got a lot of people love this album. Black Braid 1, I guess is what it's called. I do like this album, but then this Black Case. But then he released Black Braid 2, and it kind of just sounds like a lot of the same to me. It's all like songs that kind of remind me of Native American or indigenous peoples, like The River of Time Flows Through Me, As a Creek Flows Softly By, Barefoot Ghost Dance on Blood-Soaked Soil, Warm Wind Whispering Softly Through Hemlock at Dusk, and Prying Open the Jaws of Eternity. So it's kind of stuff I would assume that they talk about or whatever. No, I don't know. But yeah, I was impressed by this, but then like I said, the second one kind of, to me anyway, kind of just sounds samey same. So yeah, looking at these, a lot of these. This is kind of like a death black metal, not Black and Death, but it's black metal with some kind of death influences, but it's also got some indigenous people's music in there. It's hard to explain. You have to hear it. I don't want to say the word Indian because they don't call themselves that anymore, and he calls himself an indigenous person. So that was self-released. The next one is this band called Obscene. Just sick art there. I don't know if it's sick. It's just definitely reminds me of the 80s. This is From Dead Horizon to Dead Horizon. Comes on this yellowish green case. This is from Blood Harvest. From Dead Horizon, I shall drink the earth's blood, deathless demigod, faith through pain, insensate cruelty, the borrowing hiss, shrew's nest, children of the static, open grave of a forgotten past, and To Dead Horizon. Actually comes with lyrics, and pictures of the band. Roy Hayes, Kyle Shaw is the vocalist, Brandon Howe and Mike Morgan. So yeah, this is pretty good death metal, if you like death metal. And all these cassettes, I mean, they sound okay, but you can definitely tell that none of them have that, what was it that they had in the 80s there, I forget what it's called. Anyway, you know, to make the hiss less. You know, this has got hiss. These got hiss, but they don't have that. The Dolby maybe is what it was. Anyway, these don't have that. Next is Sentient Horror. Rites of Gore. R-I-T-E-S of Gore. Rites of Gore. The old school looking case. This band members, one wearing an obituary shirt. Can't see what the other ones are. This is from Redefining Darkness Records. This actually has the title of the songs on the case or the tape. This is a Faceless Corpse, Obliteration of Souls, Swamp Burial, Rites of Gore, Splitting Souls or Splitting Skulls. Don't know what that word is. I can't tell. Something. Descend to Chaos. It's missing a letter. The Grave is My Home. Till Death Do Us Part. The Eyes of Dread. Supposed to Rot. So definitely death metal lyrics there. It's a lot of death metal, isn't it? Only one of these that isn't death metal. And this one, Demonical Mass Destroyer. This definitely looks like an old school case, man. It's got the stereo. It says Dolby on it, but I don't see Dolby on the actual cassette, so I'm not sure if it actually has. Get in there. It actually has Dolby on here or not. Limited collectible cassette. It says death metal. I go near. This looks like an old school case, you know. On this white shell. You even got lyrics, pictures. Songs are We Conquer the Throne, Sun Blackened, Fallen Mountain, Wrath Spawn, Dodge Smart, Life Slave, Cemented in Eyrie, by Hatred Bound. Yeah. Yeah, this is Blackened Death, Blackened Thrash. It says death metal, more like blackened death metal though. This band's been around for a while. This was their new release back then. Exhumed to the Dead. Yeah, I didn't realize how long this band had been around, and I looked them up, and yeah, they've been around since the 90s. So, pretty crazy, right? It's also the guy, the singer and guitarist, I think. Yeah, guitar and vocals. Matt Harvey also does Gruesome, which is basically not a death cover band, but a band that takes inspiration from the band Death. A lot of the stuff sounds like Death. Actually, you can look up Gruesome and it'll tell you. Putrescine and Cadaverine, Drained of Color, Carbonized, Rank and Defiled, Lurid, Shocking, and Vile. Undertaking the Overkilled, Necrotica. No Headstone Unturned, Defecated, and Disgusted. This is actually from Relapse. Relapse has a lot of stuff on Bandcamp. I think I bought this from Bandcamp, so And then this is a thrash album from UD Records, manufactured in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Definitely old school looking cassette with the paper on here. This is Untimely Demise, album called Maverick. Throes of Inebriation, Orchestration of Misinformation, Maverick, Ring of Steel, Melodies Inside, They Left Nothing, Living Skies, Neptune, Tomorrow's Mirror. Sounds like, yeah, blank. I have a picture of a car. Sounds like old school thrash from the mid 80s or so. Good stuff. All these are on Bandcamp. 2, 4, 7 albums here on Bandcamp. Put those right there. Alright, on to the fucking records here. Let's keep with the Bandcamp theme. We'll do these first. This is Worm Gloomlord. This is Death Doom, if I remember correctly. That's just a sick ass cover there. Yeah. Crazy shit here. The second Worm album, grimly remastered by Greg Chandler. Pure Recording Studios, blah blah blah. So, I don't know if this actually came out in 2022, but this version did. So I'm going to count it, because it says it was recorded in 2018. But then it says, remastered by blah blah, 2022. So this is probably a 2018 album. So, let's just put this over here and say we never saw that one. I don't fucking know. Hath. All That Was Promised. Cool record there. This is the death metal from Bandcamp as well. This is from who put this out? I don't know. What is it? 45 speed too. The Million Violations, Kenosis, Lipophatic, Iosis, Decollation, Death Complex, Casting of the Self, All That Was Promised, and name the... I don't fucking know. 2 record set. Hath, I bought it because of the frickin' cover. I mean, I listened to the album because Bandcamp, you can listen to it a couple times before they ask you to pay. And I liked it, and this album cover reminds me of Slayer South of Heaven in a way because of the skull. And I thought it was pretty cool looking. So, yeah. And then this one, Inhuman Condition, Fear Sick. I think this is their second one. From Florida. This is also death metal with some thrashy kind of sounds to it. Mostly death metal. 3-piece. The Mold Testament, Recycled Hate, Caustic Vomit Reveries, I'm Now the Monster, King Khan, Hallucid Wound Collector, Fence Walker, Where Pain is Infinity. They got a new album coming out in a couple months, I think it said, June or something. But Fear Sick, yeah, this is our Inhumane Condition. That's the name of the band. I think it's a great album. And this guy is like their mascot. You know, every band's gotta have not every band's gonna have a mascot, but a lot of bands have a mascot. This is him. He's also on the cover of Rat God and The other EP they released, it's up there. I don't remember what the hell the name of that is. He's on the new cover of the new album as well. I'm not sure what his name is. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, Inhuman Condition. It's good shit. And now we got some bands that have been around for a few years. This one, I'm not sure how long they've been around. They've been around for a while. I just fucking found out about them back when this album came out. I'm thinking that I heard it on Sirius XM because they might have had a thing where you got it for free for a couple of weeks. They just gave it to you and then it stopped. I think I was listening to Liquid Metal maybe, and one of the songs on here popped up, and I was like, wow, I kind of like that. That's freaking kind of cool sounding. I didn't know this was like that. Maybe I heard it somewhere else. I don't know. But this is Belphegor. This is The Devils. Just soak that in. I mean, unless you're like extremely religious, because this might upset you. Just they're unapologetic about how unreligious they are, or Satanists. I don't know. It's black metal with some death metal like stuff and thrash stuff, and bass is up there in the mix in a lot of songs. You can hear it clearly. The Devils, Totentanaz, Dance Macabre, Glorification, just I don't know, that's some of the language. Damnation, Holland Sturts, Kingdom of Cold Flesh, Creature of Fire, yeah. They're like German or something, or some other, I don't fucking know. Maybe they're not German. I have no idea. I'm not going to say that. They might not be German. But I bought a couple of albums by these guys, and yeah, they are, all in on the Satanism or devil worship or whatever it is that they're into. Is it an act? Are they really that way? I have no idea, but the music is great in my opinion. Another one, they've been around for, I don't know, 20 years maybe almost now. This is Revocation. Don't get talked about a lot. This is Nether Heaven. This is their latest one, which is 3 years ago. I really like Revocation, and they don't get talked about enough because some people call them the vanilla death metal, but I think that's really good music. Diabolical Majesty, Lessons in Occult Theft, Nihilistic Violence, Strange and Eternal, Galleries of Morbid Artistry, The Ninth Chasm, God Forsaken, The Intervening Abyss of Untold Eons, and Re-Crucified. They're not anti-religion or anything like that, but Dave Davidson, the vocalist and guitarist, I mentioned before, went to some kind of school for guitar, learned jazz guitar and all kinds of guitar. So listening to this, you can kind of hear jazzy influences in all their albums, but it's death metal. Is it as death metal as some other bands? No. He does some death metal kind of growly things. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I really like Revocation, so they got even better when they started off as a 3-piece and they added 2 more to make it a 5-piece. I think they might be down to just 4 people now, though. Good fucking party music here. Not so much as like their earlier albums like Art of Partying or Waste Them All, but this is Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain, That is a fucking sick ass cover right there. That's an amazing cover. Electrified Brain, Demoralizer, Last Crawl, I think, Grave Dive, The Bite, High Speed Steel, Thermonuclear Protection, Blood Vessel Boat Jail, Crank the Heat, Restless and Wicked, 10-Cent Beer Night, Barreled Rage, I think it says, Putting on Errors, and Paranormal Janitor. Yeah, not a band that takes themselves super seriously, but good fucking just quick songs. Just makes you want to get up and fucking mosh. Shit. I didn't know if they were going to put out another album. Before this, they put out a 4-track EP called The Last Rager, which was good. But yeah, this is really good. There was another one, Slime and Punishment. I think it was before this one, a full length. That one was okay. And they did a Massive Aggressive, which was alright as well. But this is just prime stuff here. Then we got Voivod, Synchro Anarchy. Yes, I think that's how you say it. Synchro Anarchy. Not much, not like their earlier stuff. Still got that sci-fi progressive type shit. I'm going to attempt Paranormal Liam, Synchro Anarchy, Planet Eaters, Mind Clock, Sleeves Off, Holographic Thinking, The World Today, Quest for Nothing, and Memory Failure. Comes on, green. Voivod, yeah, I got into Voivod in the last 6 years or something. Originally, I couldn't get into it because the earlier stuff was so strange. But yeah, so that's it. I think a lot of cassettes in 2022. Kind of weird. A lot of stuff from Bandcamp. I've been buying a lot of stuff from Bandcamp because a lot of good stuff on there new. A lot of bands are reissuing albums through Bandcamp as well. Like I have a Malevolent Creation album coming, Stillborn, I think. That was that their first album? It was an earlier album. They had like 4, maybe 5 earlier albums on Bandcamp for sale that they re-released last week or the week before, with different colored vinyl and stuff. You can't listen to it on Bandcamp for some reason. They don't allow you to do that with that band. They did the same thing with Obituaries. What album was that? I don't know. Some Obituary album I got through Bandcamp as well. I was able to buy the vinyl through them, but not listen to it on Bandcamp. It shows up on my list of albums I bought, but I can't listen to it on there. And the Malevolent Creation albums are the same way. You can't listen to them on the Bandcamp, but you can purchase them either through Bandcamp or there's a link to buy them somewhere else. So, yeah, there's some other bands on there that were re-releasing stuff. Like Revocation has some stuff on there you can buy as well. Like Relapse, I think, is it Earache? I know Relapse does a lot of albums through Bandcamp as well. You can purchase them through there. And I want to say Earache too, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, let's end this here. And I'll see you for the last year next week. Maybe. We'll see how I feel next week. I will get into that next week. Maybe. Or sometime. Until then, thanks for watching and rock on.